17. That's the number of years since the MCU launched with Iron Man. 17 years, and now we finally got our Fantastic Four movie inside the MCU. This was one of my most anticipated movies of the year. Just throw that out there. I am a huge Fantastic Four fan. I grew up loving the Fantastic Four. Quite literally, story time, one of many in this video. I had this McDonald's toy from that when they released like Rise of the Silver Surfer. I was like 2 or 3 when it released. Like the McDonald's thing that I carried around everywhere, played stories in my head with this thing. And then every time it broke, my mom had to go on eBay or Amazon or something to buy new ones. So I had probably like 15 of those cheap McDonald's things. I loved the thing. I loved the Fantastic Four growing up. And we never had a good Fantastic Four movie. I mean, the original 2 are fine. I think they're fun watches. But Fan Four Stick, not good. So I was just very much looking forward to this one. I think I was looking forward to it more than Superman. Also, the MCU has been at a state where, as a franchise that means so much to me, kind of has been dual. Personally, for me, I've enjoyed a lot of the movies, but as a universe itself, it doesn't feel whole. Now we finally have 2 movies back-to-back that are great. Before I dive into my review, please tell me down below, what are your opinions on the movie if you have seen it, if you haven't seen it? What are your expectations? And if you don't mind, hit the subscribe button, the like button, and the bell so you never miss another review. This weekend, we're ranking all the Marvel movies with teams in them. We're doing a couple shorts, ranking the Fantastic Four members, ranking the Fantastic Four movies in shorts form. And then live stream on Sunday, ranking the entire MCU. That should be fun. One more thing before I dive into my review. Same thing I did with Superman. Let me show off my action figures for the movie. Funko Pops, really. So, again, another story time. I went to Hot Topic with my friend for his birthday at the mall. Went to the mall. Went to Hot Topic. I bought all the Fantastic Four Funko Pops they had there. Called my mom. I was like, hey, I used your Hot Topic cash you had. I'll pay it back. And she's like, what'd you get? And I'm like, the Fantastic Four Funko Pops. Well, little did I know she already bought the Funko Pops for Christmas. So, yeah, I had to return those, and that's where I got Superman, Lex Luthor, and all that, because I returned the Fantastic Four ones. So, let me get them all out of here. First one I want to show off. I've had this one for a long time, but I wanted to show it off. Special edition of the Thing Funko Pop. Really cool. Well, I really like that one. It's going right up there. And then, just grab the other ones I have here. Put these over here for now. Alright, the 3 small ones, and then we got the big one. Mr. Fantastic from First Steps. Human Torch from First Steps. The Thing from First Steps. So, shout out my mom for getting all those. And then we got one more I want to show off. And then we can dive into if I liked First Steps or not. Galactus, obviously. Talk plenty Galactus here in this video. And with that said, let's finally, after a lot of introduction, dive into Fantastic Four First Steps. It's great. Some would even say it's fantastic. You knew I was going to make that joke. Come on, you knew I was going to make that joke. I love this movie. I thought it was amazing. Like I said, a big Fantastic Four fan growing up, it makes me so unbelievably happy that we have a good Fantastic Four movie. Heck, we have a great one now. From the very beginning of the movie, as soon as we see these characters, as soon as we see a couple surprise cameos, I think, throughout the beginning of the movie, setting up the world, I just had this big smile on my face, feeling like a little kid again, watching some of my favorite superheroes on screen together. Made me so unbelievably happy. Easily the best additions of these characters. I mean, you got the 2005 movie, which I think is a solid cast. Chris Evans obviously leads that one, but by far the best. You got Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, both who I think are amazing in this movie and have fantastic chemistry with one another. You got Joseph Quinn as Human Torch, which I've seen a lot of people saying, oh, he's not going to be a good Human Torch. I highly disagreed. As soon as those came out, as soon as we saw the trailer, I thought he was going to be a great Human Torch. Absolutely kills it in this role. And then Ebon Moss-Bachrach is incredible. As soon as he was cast, I was just all in because of The Bear. And he's my favorite character in The Bear. And now he's playing my favorite, probably one of my favorite Marvel characters of all time. Pretty cool. And so not only are they cast perfectly, but the characters are great. They play the characters great. The character arcs are great, and it is perfect. Other characters in this movie, big ones you got to talk about. Big ones. Get what I did there? Galactus. Now, we haven't seen Galactus in live action before, except as a cloud in Rise of the Silver Surfer, which is possibly the worst adaptation of a character of all time. And from the trailers, I knew, like, I had chills seeing Galactus. And from the very first scene we see him, I thought it was incredible. I saw this movie in IMAX, and every shot of Galactus is great. The first one is he gets out of his ship into planet Earth. Incredible stuff. Every scene that Galactus is in is awesome. And Shia LaBeouf as the Silver Surfer. A lot of people were like, oh, it's a woman now. Marvel's going woke. No, it's a character from the comics. And I think Julia Garner is great in this role as well. Great Silver Surfer. Probably my least favorite out of all the characters I discussed. She's not as good as I thought she would be, but she's still really great. So, great villains. Great additions of the Fantastic Four. So, on a character level, this movie absolutely nails it. As well as a style level, a directional level. Matt Shakman, who did do the WandaVision series previously for the MCU. Great series. The series with the most style. And he did this one. And as soon as he was announced to do it, I was like, that's the guy to do it. John Watts was in talks to direct this movie. And as his Spider-Man trilogy is my favorite trilogy inside the MCU, I was not totally against it. But I'm glad they went with Matt Shakman because he absolutely kills it. The directing style. Just the way the movie was shot, the world that they're in is great. The set building, the suits, the costume design, everything is perfect to kind of go into this retro style of a different kind of world inside the MCU. This is a completely different universe. You don't need to see any other movies to watch this movie, so just the overall world building and style is great. For the first movie inside this universe, I also feel like the world building did a really good job. From the very beginning, we know the story of the Fantastic Four, right? Obviously, they go up into space, Cosmic Storm gets them, boom, superpowers. So we don't really need to see the Fantastic Four get their superpowers again, right? We've seen that in 2 editions, we don't need to see it here. And so we don't, but the way that it sets up these characters already makes us love them. And like I said, the additions of the characters, the performances, the writing of the characters is all perfect. They feel like a family, and from the very beginning of the film, I said, once this is over, I'm not going to wait to see them again in Avengers Doomsday. I cannot wait. And that is the thing that, like, is in my head, is that this movie would not have worked if the family aspect did not work, and it fully worked. It is 100% perfect. Every character is perfect in this movie. I'm sounding like a broken record, I know, but it is true. And that is the best thing about this movie. The action is also very good. I know it's hard to say, like, 4 superheroes fighting a big giant guy. It could be really weird, but what they do as they fight him is great. There's a certain chase sequence in the middle of the movie, which I think is absolutely phenomenal. The usage of the powers. The big one is Reed's stretchy ability. Thought it was utilized perfectly here. Doesn't look bad at all. CGI is amazing in here. I've seen a lot of people complain about the baby in this movie, and I just don't see that at all. I think the CGI in this movie is great. I didn't see the baby looking any bad. It's not as near as bad as Baby Joey in Superman. So, just some great action sequences. Also had some solid emotions in here. Nothing to full-on make me cry or have these big grand emotions, but the emotions mainly stem of loving these characters and seeing these characters on screen. That's where, from the very beginning, it just transported me into 9-year-old me body. And when a movie can take me back to my childhood, like this one did, it is truly special. And this movie is truly special for an MCU movie. We actually get a Fantastic Four movie that is fantastic. So the world building, the action, the characters, the villains is all great. Now, the movie is only an hour and 55 minutes. Very clearly, if you watch the trailers, you will notice a lot of things were cut from the final product, which is a little bit frustrating, you know, like, I would have loved to be in that theater a little longer, but, you know, like, also the movie flows very well. It is a little rushed at times, but there's never a time to where you sit back and actually think, is this boring? No. It always is going, always has something interesting to happen. It also kind of adds to the tension, you know, with Galactus coming on Earth and, you know, he's going to devour Earth. What's the tension going to be like? And I think the fast pacing works for the tension as well. I would also have liked to see the other scenes that were definitely cut after you see the trailers. And then I think the ending, maybe a little bit, kind of does something predictable. Slight spoilers, skip ahead about 20 seconds. I wouldn't consider this a spoiler, but if you're going in completely blind, haven't seen the movie, 3, 2, 1. I don't know what these hand motions were, but there was a hero sacrifice in the ending, kind of, like, you know exactly what's going to happen. Oh, you know, the character is going to be dead, and then all of a sudden it's going to be alive. And you've seen it, like, 100 different superhero movies before, so not the most original way to end the movie, and it made me leave it like, okay, that could have been done in a different light. But besides those two very extremely minor negatives, I thought this movie was fantastic. Great additions of the characters, great action, great direction, and full on for a Fantastic Four fan, this one did the trick for me. I loved it. Can't wait to watch it again. So, Fantastic Four First Steps. Before I give you my final score, please make sure to subscribe, like button, hit the bell, and comment down below what are your opinions on the movie. And if you haven't seen it, what are your expectations for it? And with that said, great cast, feels the family dynamic, great action, and overall a movie that just blew me away by how fantastic it was. The best Fantastic Four movie by a long shot, and I cannot wait to see these characters again. Fantastic Four First Steps is going to get an A from me. The minor negatives hold it back from the A+, but still, purely fantastic movie. Now, time for story time, alright? So, me and my brother went to see this movie in IMAX. Spent $40. Sit in the theater. You know, we're like 3 minutes late to getting in the theater because we live an hour away. We get there like 9:55. We wait in the line. We get drinks. Go to the theater. I'm like, I really hope I didn't miss that Avatar Fire and Ash trailer because I want to see it in IMAX. And so, get to the theater. And as soon as we get in, like, it's the Weapons trailer. So we see the Weapons trailer. We see Tron Ares trailer. There was one more trailer. I can't remember. But then we get to the Greg Marcus, because it's the Marcus Theater, where Greg Marcus gets on screen, does his little monologue, and I'm like, no, we missed the Avatar Fire and Ash trailer. And then, all of a sudden I see, coming soon, and I know it's going to be the Fire and Ash trailer, but no, because IMAX decided to put a big red tent on the screen that stayed there for the first 10 minutes of the movie. So me and my brother, you know, we're sitting in that theater, it's red. You can barely see anything. I'm frustrated. I get up, I tell an employee. They say they're working on it. So 10 minutes of the movie, and I just want them to stop the movie so I don't see anymore until they fix it, right? So they stop the movie 10 minutes into it. And then we wait 45 minutes for them to get the movie back on. So, 45 minutes, got a free coupon for a free ticket. So I got a free ticket out of it. So, kind of got my refund back. So, really appreciate that, but still, all's well that ends well. Movie still played. Had a fantastic time. But I did get to see the Avatar Fire and Ash trailer again. They did show it again after, so we could all see it. And my opinions on it, think it looks good. I haven't seen any of the other Avatar movies, but I want to. I really do. I like James Cameron, so I haven't seen them yet. But I do think the trailer looked good and had some solid emotion. So that's my opinions on that trailer. But what's your opinion on the Fantastic Four? I would love to know all that and more. If this video does well, comment down below if you guys would want to see me talk spoilers about this movie. And stay tuned for all those rankings coming soon. And with that said, subscribe.